Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back. This is the JR Wisdom channel. Once again, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. And today I'm coming at you with a topic that just hit the net. It's been some things going on. I covered this story in the past, I believe, in reference to Jesse Williams and the divorce from his wife. And the reason why I'm kind of touching on it because I've seen it on social media and basically alluding to the fact that only simps get married. And as I go through this situation with him, it goes along with what I've been saying in terms of marriage. I know a lot of people have commented and had issues about my thoughts on it, but I just wanted to give you my take on this and how crazy it is. And the whether you're a rich man or a poor man and you go through a divorce, you still can end up getting railroaded at the end of the day, and you have to pay to play. And that's the biggest thing I want you guys to get out of this. So anyway, like I said, I'm talking about Mr. Williams here, Mr. Jesse Williams, Mr. Black Girl Magic, that y'all may know him from that, and Grey's Anatomy, and things like that, other little things he's been in, movies, roles here and there. So his divorce has just been recently finalized because of this COVID-19 situation going on, and it's taken, for any of you in the court system, family court system, it's been taking a while for judges to actually sign off on a lot of these things, especially these divorce decrees, so on and so forth. So he's getting divorced from his longtime girlfriend slash wife. Her name is Aryn Drake Lee. He's 39, she's 38. They've been married since 2012, but they were all together for like 13 years, I believe, total, up until they separated in 2017 when he filed for divorce. She met him when he was a school teacher in New York, and I'm assuming at this time he was probably struggling actor, trying to get into acting and things like that, and they fell in love and ended up having 2 kids together and things like that. So, as you know, Jesse got this role on Grey's Anatomy and kind of made him a household name at that point. And you know how it goes a lot of times with certain men, not to say he wouldn't have access to women before, but because of his fame, so on and so forth, he gained access just like a lot of other men with status and wealth and things like that. And in Hollywood, you get access to a whole lot more women, and you're a celebrity at this point, so you have a whole lot more women throwing themselves at you. I'm not saying that this is the case, but this is potentially what it is. And he noticed that the woman that he was with, he probably no longer wanted to be with, obviously, and he decided to get a divorce, and he separated. And for you guys who've been following it, you notice that it was amicable at first. And this dude, like, for those of you who had to pay child support or pay spousal support, like, this stuff is crazy. He had 2 kids with her, and basically he was ordered to pay $50,000. Because when you get divorced, when you initially file, there's going to be a temporary hearing for separate maintenance and spousal support, especially whether your spouse is used to a certain lifestyle, you got kids. It's going to go based upon your money at the end of the day, and they're going to take a substantial chunk out of it. So in his case, he was ordered to pay 50 grand a month, not a year, 50 grand a month, along with basically 50 grand a month for spousal support. So that's $100,000 that this man is paying out a month for a woman that he's no longer with. And I can understand taking care of your kids, but $50,000, I mean, I don't know what schools they're in, so on and so forth, but 50 grand, or you putting out that much money when y'all were together. And I saw some comments I was reading. It brings that phrase to life about it's cheaper to keep her, or you might as well stay with her and just cheat if she's willing to put up with it. But then again, if she's able to catch you cheating, that's another reason for divorce, which is adultery, and then you forfeit whatever else that comes with that, and it's automatic. It really doesn't make that much of a difference unless you're the one that is seeking to get spousal support, then it's not going to happen when it comes to adultery. Adultery is just a reason to get divorced. A lot of people don't know that. They think, well, you get certain perks if you catch somebody in adultery. No, the only thing, the cheater, who's ever cheating, they basically forfeit any type of spousal support. That's the only difference with that. And you get a good enough attorney, you may you may be able to still get that at the end of the day. It's a racket, and I'm gonna go on to it. A lot of these other things that came along with it. So basically, April 2017, he filed for divorce. He's just now getting divorced over 3 years later. 3 years later, just now getting divorced because this initial 50,000, she wanted more. She wanted more. So it was amicable at first, then it became dirty, dragged out divorce. All because of this, for something that two adults could have easily come to an agreement in terms of this. So basically, after all these 3 years, it boils down to him still paying. It was reduced to 40 grand a month for child support, but he has to pay his ex-wife 2 lump sums of $100,000. So $200,000 spousal support, which some people may say he's getting off with that instead of paying 50 grand for X amount of years. But she's still getting 40K a month for those 2 kids. That's $20,000 per kid. And then getting $200,000. Then she gets to keep all of the houses. So they have a house in LA, have a house in Brooklyn, and they have a house in Oakland. She gets to keep all of those. And they have leased vehicles. So between both of them, they had 3 leased vehicles. She gets to keep both of them, which I'm assuming he had to finish paying off the lease for the rest of the time as well for both of those vehicles. Probably one for the nanny also, who knows. And he gets to keep his lease vehicle, but she gets to keep 2. So basically, really, she just comes out a winner overall in this whole situation. I guess from Grey's Anatomy alone, he made, since 2017, 936, almost $1 million in the past 3 years from Grey's Anatomy, which I'm assuming she was seeking to get some of that as well, but she didn't. So he's entitled to that, to keep that income for himself. But he had to split half of whatever earnings from whatever outside income with her. This is the price of divorce for somebody who you once held dear, and you made these vows, and you just have to go through this hell. I can only imagine, even though he's been dating outside of this, going through this hell, all this money you got to shell out because you can't come to an agreement. And the thing about it is, he ends up with joint custody, but not joint physical custody. So he still has joint custody, and he still has to pay all this money in child support. It's crazy. And the caveat to all this, and like a lot of, I'm assuming this is what the wife came up with, is that if you want to post pictures of your children, if he wants to post pictures of his children on social media, he has to clear it with her first. These are his children. He has to clear it. And a lot of women are doing this, not to say that men aren't doing it either, but a lot of women are doing this, especially when a guy has moved on. They try to get it where you can't post pictures of your own children on social media. I've heard it countless times. So obviously, for her to impose that or want that imposed on him, she has to abide by the same thing as well. How crazy is that? So you know it's a messy divorce when it comes to stuff like this. But joint custody, he still has to shell out this kind of money. Probably has to pay for attorney's fees. Just imagine how much the attorney's fees are over a course of 3 years for something we could have just had a conversation about and agreed to. Potentially. It's crazy. So food for thought for any of you guys looking to get married or thinking that marriage, a legal marriage certificate, is the way to a woman's heart, is by offering yourself in marriage through the court system. It's not the way to go. If you're going to get married under God or whoever you worship, and you have your ceremony and come up with your own form of contract between you and that person, but not a government contract, because you're going to get raped. And if you go through this now as a man, knowingly you've already ingested that red pill, and you still get married knowing that this could potentially happen, then you are a simp, in my opinion. You can get mad all you want. It's just crazy to me. I can't see myself going through the foolishness, the anguish, paying strangers that have now jumped into your marriage, because you know they're going to egg it on to keep it going. The attorneys are going to keep it going. Let's keep it going. The frustration you got to go through when you have outsiders in your business. But a lot of you may say, well, he deserved it because he filed for divorce. No, if she filed for divorce, you still shouldn't have to go through the BS, you know. So with that being said, I'm glad he's free. I know he's glad he's free, even though he's got to shell out all this crazy money. Just keep that in mind before you sign that paper. I can't say it enough. That's why I'm repeating it. Keep that in mind before you sign that documentation, what exactly you're getting yourself into. And it's not a cheap thing to get out of. And it's going to be contested. Somebody is always going to want to be married, and someone's going to want to be out of the marriage. So they're going to just try to make it hard. So, hey, that's my thoughts. That's my warning to you guys. Don't do it. Don't do it. So with that being said, you know, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up if you like the video. If you feel like this video will be a benefit to one of your friends who are entertaining getting married in that aspect, and you think it may eventually turn, because you can never predict anyone's behavior, may turn into one of those situations, make sure you share this video. I invite you guys to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button gently along with the bell. That way you receive all the notifications for all of my future videos. I also invite you to subscribe to my other channels. The links are in the description. If you have any topics you'd like me to discuss, feel free to email them to me. And if you're seeking any advice, email me as well. Also, let me know your thoughts in the comment section on this situation, and what would you do and whatnot, you know, because I know it's just crazy at this point. Also going to have some videos here popping up. Feel free to click on those so you find out more information on this topic. And with that being said, peace be upon you in the mercy and blessings of the Almighty, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm out of here. Peace.